So it's snowing in New York, and it's so annoying because it's like, girl, it was 60 degrees yesterday. Not 60, I'm exaggerating. It was like in the 50s, but how you go from high 50s, low 60s to straight snow outside? Like, hello, global warming? Is that you? Whenever I have like extra makeup on my hand, I just scoop it right back in the bottle, girl. I used to just keep applying the makeup on my face, like let me just use all this on my hand, but if you don't need it, don't use it. What I'm finding, I don't really like to wear makeup because A, I want to like get relaxed and stuff, and I don't like makeup getting on my clothes or like on my little airplane pillow. So I don't wear makeup sometimes, especially if it's a longer flight. And since I flew to LA, that's a long ass flight. At least it feels like it. Well, it's long. It's 5 hours, but it feels even longer than that. So long story short, girl, what I'm trying to say is, because I didn't do my makeup, I was like, okay, well, let me just do something, because sometimes when you're looking too barefaced, people try to try you. At least that's how I feel. Like, when I'm at my most barefaced self, I feel like people be slightly trying me a little bit, like, they don't think that I'm Beyonce or something, and it's like, girl, no, I'm Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? So, and also, hold on, wait. I've been going by Beyonce for a long time. And I've been hearing people, talking about, oh yeah, this is Beyonce, this is that. No, this is Beyonce, honey. Bonnet and wool. Bonnet, robe, honey. Beyonce is here. So, anywho, what I did with my makeup, since I didn't do like a full face, no foundation, definitely no foundation. I just wanted to keep my skin extra moisturized, and I just wanted to have a little femininity going on. So, is that a word? That's a word, right? I have to text Eb and ask her later. I was like, let me do like the most bare minimum, and the bare minimum for me is brows, a little lip, and some mascara. I have this brow gel that I have from Glossier. I did not buy this. This is a sample that I got from an event. And, yeah. So, this is in, what color is this? In brown. So, here are the befores. Here are the brows after. And I'm not even finished yet. But you see how they look a lot more full. And like, yeah, girl, get you some brow gel, honey, and just try it. Because I don't feel like doing my brows every day. And this definitely saved me a lot of time and just a lot of fuss. I get a lot of skin questions. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take this bonnet off because I've done enough videos with bonnets on, girl. I'm done with that. I figure y'all see me once in a bonnet. That's all you need to see, honey. And you might have seen me more than once, but I don't care nothing about that, girl. I mentioned it before. I was doing a lot of traveling this week. And by a lot of traveling, I mean I just went 2 places. It was just kind of back to back. So, like, one week I went to New Orleans, and then the following week I went to LA. And I was in New Orleans for about 6 days. Amazing time. I was there for All-Star Weekend, but I was working, and then I had a couple days at the end, like some free time. So I had a really good time. And then in LA, I went to go and visit my boyfriend. So much fun. Always a good time to see, loved ones, people who care about you. It's just really refreshing. And when I moved to New York, I knew that I was going to get homesick and miss my man and like all that kind of stuff. So whenever I get to visit him, girl, I come home and I feel very refreshed and like, okay, I can do what I need to do. When I traveled to New Orleans, before I went there, I had to go and buy some new little travel size bottles for my toiletries. So I went to CVS and I picked me up this cute little toiletry situation, and I filled it up with all my essentials. I have to have my moisturizers for the night and during the day. I have 2 different moisturizers, and then I need my face mask, my favorite mask from Lush, and then my face wash, of course, and my toner. Those are like my toiletry essentials when it comes to my face. Like, I'm not going anywhere without those things. The mask, maybe, but because I was gone for like almost 10 days, I took the mask because, I don't like going too long without it. So Boom. I go to New Orleans. Everything is great. And then I take the same toiletry bag with me to LA. So now the moisturizer, okay. I hate when I like mess up the story because my brain is literally going all kinds of places, and so the story just be I know it be sounding crazy sometimes, so I apologize, but my brain just moves so fast. So I don't transfer my moisturizer in the travel size bottles because I don't like not being able to get all the moisturizer out of the bottle at the end. Like, that bugs me. I feel like I'm wasting my stuff. So I just keep my bottles, keep the moisturizer in its bottle because it's within the fluid ounce requirement for flights. So, like I said, I went to New Orleans. That went great. The following week, I went to LA. So I'm at the airport and I'm going through TSA, and the TSA agent is like, "Oh, girl, we gotta check your bag. Come over here, we gotta check your bag." So I'm like, okay, I'm just a random person who was picked out, like, whatever. So she gets to looking at my bag, starts taking everything out, and she pulls out my toiletry bag and was like, "Oh, you can't take this." And so I'm like, "You talking about the whole bag?" And she was like, "No, not the whole bag, just this moisturizer." She didn't say moisturizer. She was like, "Just this bottle, this one, because it's 4 fluid ounces." Now, I was like, girl, A, I just brought that with me somewhere else, and B, I could have sworn 4 fluid ounces was okay. Like, I always bring those bottles when I'm flying. Like, I've been using the same moisturizer for years, so I know that I've brought that moisturizer bottle. And she was like, girl, well, you can't take it. Long story short, you're not getting on the flight with this. And so I didn't put up no fight because I was about to go see my man. Like, I'm on cloud 3,000. Like, I'm not really worried about what she was talking about. I was just annoyed because I just spent $10, okay, on moisturizer that was about to get thrown away in my face. All right? And so I had to put my pride to the side and just say, whatever, girl, go ahead and take that. But everything's a blessing in disguise. Like, that's just how I look at things that happen that are probably not ideal, because I had already been contemplating, or I was already trying to figure out how I can eliminate products with acne medication out of my routine, because I'm currently using a gel prescribed by a dermatologist, and I didn't like mixing the two together. So I was like, I need to try and wean off of using this, even though it's one of my favorite moisturizers. I think I have it. Yeah. This dual action clean and clear moisturizer, I've been using this since high school, maybe. Like, favorite moisturizer ever because it does keep my skin moisturized. I've never had dry skin. And not that I think it helps to prevent pimples, because that's what it says on here, like, helps to prevent pimples. I don't think that it does that or treat pimples or any of that. But I do think that it is great for sensitive skin, and I don't think that it will irritate your skin. And those are two major, like, important things for me. If you don't irritate my skin, if you, are not causing breakouts, then I'm going to use you. And as long as you moisturize my skin, if you're doing, like, your basics, you're fine with me. And so this was one of those. But because it has this salicylic acid in it, it was just too risky to keep using with the acne medication. So this acne medication I got from the dermatologist. I, like, over the last 2 years, have had the worst breakouts I've ever had in my life. Like, my skin was always breaking out, and I always had bumps on my face. Like, there wasn't a time where my skin was just clear. And besides it, like, really fucking up my self-esteem, it was really just, like, confusing to me because I'm like, yo, nothing's changed in my skin regimen. I'm using the same stuff. What's going on? So at the time I found out, like, it had a lot to do with the water in my old apartment. I had hard water, and if you don't know what hard water is or how it can affect your skin or your hair, look it up, because I don't feel like talking about it, girl. But hard water, I had that in my apartment. And then also, I really just think that's it. Hard water. And also, I have hormonal acne. So because I was stressing about breaking out, I was breaking out even more. So I was stressing about having the pimples on my face. And because I was stressing about having the pimples on my face, I was causing more pimples on my face. So it was just like a double whammy. Plus, I was dating a nigga who wasn't shit, girl. So all of that wrapped up in one, plus the low self-esteem and the depression that came along with dating somebody who wasn't shit, and then also having breakouts on my face and not being able to clear them up. And I was working at a job where I'm in front of people's faces all day. So it was just really like too much for me. Like, I need to figure out what I need to do to clear my skin, point blank period. So after a lot of research and a couple of visits to a dermatologist, she what was that? She suggested this gel called Adapalene, and it's not something that you can get at the store. It is something you have to get prescribed from a doctor, although I'm sure there are things that are similar that are at the store, or I'm sure there are similar medications that you can get over the counter, like at a drugstore or something. For like 2 weeks after I got it, I didn't use it. I was like scared to use it because for me, it's like, you know, ideally, I would love to just not have to use any chemicals on my skin at all. But I know as somebody, oh, that bothers me. And I know that's how it was the whole video. You know, when you're doing your makeup and then it just starts getting ashy on your lip, I was honestly just scared. Like, I didn't want to use something that I thought was going to make my skin worse. And then also something that I couldn't stop using. I don't like the idea of my skin having to use these chemicals or needing these chemicals to stay clear. But for now, girl, okay, it's gonna get used. I started off using this every day. And then I read the fine print, and it says to use it every other day. So I started breaking it down to every other day. And now I only use it when I get a pimple. And it eliminates it immediately. Immediately. If you get breakouts, and if you have sensitive skin, or if you've had breakouts for so long and you're just tired of it, go to a dermatologist and ask them about Adapalene. Ask them about this gel. This is 0.1, so it's very low dose. She prescribed this to me because I have hormonal acne, and that's it. I just told her I had hormonal acne, and she actually came up with that herself after evaluating my skin. And I told her, you know, of course they ask you like background questions and stuff, and she was like, okay, I know what I should give you, and she came right out with this, and it's been great. So go to the dermatologist, tell them your skin story, and see what they are suggesting. And if they don't suggest this, ask them about it and ask them if this will be helpful for your skin, because it's definitely helpful for mine. And I want all of us to just be at our most, you know, confident selves. And for a long time, that skin thing really was just like, you know, I've always been confident. I've always been very, like, sure of who I am, what's going on, like, hey, how you doing, girl? But the skin thing really reeled me in and really kind of humbled me, because I, for the first time, felt like people's first impression of me was not that I was pretty. And that bothered me, and it had me start questioning myself, like, well, are you just a pretty girl? Like, what else do you have going on? Why is this something that's important to you? And I had to kind of like shake all that shit off and break it down and figure out who I was and what I'm on this earth to do. And it's not just to be cute. So it stopped bothering me, but it was still something that I wanted to take care of for myself, because my health is important to me and my happiness is important to me. I just didn't feel like my best self when I looked in the mirror. So I did what I did, and I got what I needed, and now I have clear skin. And I still have scars that I'm working on, but for the most part, I don't have any bumps on my face. You know, you might get, you know, texture-wise, there might be a little bump here or there, you know, just little things due to the climate and the area you live in. Maybe I need to wash a pillowcase or something, but I don't have any bumps on my face, girl, none. And that is a major step for me. It's a major step for me, because for a long time, I always had bumps on my skin. So, thanks, God! Thank you, Lord. Very thankful, and I'm very happy with where I am. There are moments where I'm like, oh, I still got these acne scars, or I'm still getting pimples every now and again. But I have to be very grateful for the journey, and also for where I am right now, because it was a lot worse. And I just need to, I remind myself of that every time I start talking about, ooh, I wish it was something more, I wish it was that. I'm like, girl, do you wish it was how it was 2 years ago? Okay, then. If you don't, then be happy with where you are right now. And so, yeah. So, let's talk about the skin products that I use. If y'all saw my setup right now, it's so bootleg, but you know what? Getting it out the mud, baby. I've had acne since high school. I've always had bumps on my face. I've always, been using products meant to clear skin. Like, that's always been my life. I've never just been a girl who can just, walk outside makeup free and feel amazing. I never felt like that because my skin always was breaking out. Hold on, I have a heater on and it's getting hot. Ha ha. Yeah. So yeah, my skin prefers very neutral, sensitive skin, happy products. So I picked up Neutrogena Naturals. It's their purifying facial cleanser. It's 90% naturally derived. It's not tested on animals, and I just really like it. So these are the face wipes that I use on my skin when I'm taking my makeup off. So I use this face wipe, and then I go in with the face cleansing gel, and then my face is clean. And I know it's clean because after that I follow it with my toner. And my toner is a mix of water and 100% tea tree oil. And the tea tree oil, just so I can show you what it looks like, is one of these. So I'm sure y'all have seen this at like a Whole Foods or Trader Joe's, even maybe Publix or Kroger. It's 100% pure and organic. And I put like 10 drops inside of a bottle of this size, one of these travel size bottles. And I just fill it up with water, probably to about where it says toner. And shake it up and use it every night. One of the staple parts of my skin regimen is the toner, because tea tree is a natural bacterial fighter, something like that, girl. Basically, tea tree oil, it's a natural alternative to like heal your skin ailments and stuff. It helps to get rid of pimples. It's almost like a disinfectant. So like if you have bacteria brewing on your skin from like makeup you might have left on overnight, or if you've got dirty pillowcases, or you washed your hair and you have product on your face that you can't see, that toner is going to cleanse it and eliminate that from your face, all the things you can't see. So after you wash your face, there still may be dirt on your face that you can't see. Most times there is. So using that toner is kind of like the next cleansing step for your skin. And then it's also very preventative. So then if there's any bacteria or any dirt brewing on your face that may cause a pimple the next day, it takes care of that. So I really enjoy using the toner. That's one of my favorite parts of my routine, because I know that that's like one of the kickers. So I let that dry a little bit, and then I add on my Adapalene, and I only put this in areas where I tend to break out, and you literally are only supposed to put like a pea size on your entire face. So I only put little tiny dabs, put it on little areas where I break out, and or where I may have a small little bump, or if I feel like a pimple's coming, I put it on top of there. I let it dry, and then I put on my moisturizer. So the moisturizers that I'm using are from CeraVe. I have an AM and a PM. The AM has SPF in it, which is really important for me because I have acne scars, and when I go outside, I don't want to make them worse. So I need to have on a moisturizer with an SPF. And then MAC actually has SPF as well, so I am double protected. Black women, please know we have to wear sunscreen. There's no such thing as melanin protecting your skin from the sun. It's not a thing. Protect your skin. We can still get skin cancer. It is very important that we all know that, because I've heard too many times like black people don't have to use sunscreen. We do. We do, for real. The reason why I use these expensive ass moisturizers, and they're not like expensive like, you know, Ulta or Sephora moisturizer expensive. They're expensive, drugstore expensive. Both of these are $17 a piece. And that's expensive for me because this dual action clean and clear, okay? $7. And that's $7 at the most. You know, there's some places where this might be $5.49 or something like that. So to go from paying $7 to paying $17 for $17, that's a little bit, you know, girl, I had to swallow my pride. The reason why I continue to use these and give them that coin is because my skin does not react. My skin stays moisturized. It works well with my makeup. And that's it, girl. That's all I need. Keep my skin moisturized. Don't make me break out. I'm going to use you. And these two do the job. I don't ask for too much. I just want my skin to be doing its natural thing. And I need products that are going to help me throughout that process. So they do the job. That's it for my skin. As far as the mask goes, here's the mask inside of my travel little tub. This mask is from Lush, and it is their, I cannot remember what this mask is called. Mask of Magnaminty. Ooh, I was getting so annoyed. If you follow my Snapchat, then you already have heard me talk about this mask so many times. Literally, my favorite mask. It's the only mask that actually keeps my skin clear. And it's great. And you do feel a little tingle. It has tea tree in it, so if you're not a fan of like tingly masks, then you may not like this. But I love it so much. It really does clear your skin. You don't have to use it on your whole face. You can use it as a spot treatment and put it on just certain areas and then rinse it off after a couple minutes. I only keep it on for about 5 to 7 minutes. If I have breakouts, I'll keep it on for 10 minutes. The max is 10 minutes that you're supposed to keep it on, and then you rinse it off. I like to keep mine in the refrigerator, but you don't have to. I get the self-preserving mask. Actually, I get the mask that's not self-preserving. The self-preserving mask, you don't have to keep in the fridge. And the other mask, they say you may want to keep it in the fridge to preserve the freshness of it. But technically, you don't have to keep it in the mask at all. Keep it in the refrigerator at all. Just a really good mask to incorporate in your routine if you have any stubborn breakouts that are not, you know, getting off your face. So I'm going to move on to this hair, girl, because I'm tired of looking at myself with these rollers. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have more skin questions or want me to break it down even more, I don't know how more I could break it down, but if you have a suggestion, please leave a comment and let me know. I'm so sorry for the break in videos. Not like I think that y'all are sitting around waiting for me to post video, but I know that I committed to being consistent, so I want to make sure I'm continuing to do that. I did have a very busy work schedule these last couple of weeks, so just excuse me for that. And I do plan on getting much better with my time management, so work with me, girl, okay? Ain't nobody perfect. I will see you girls very soon. Check out my next video. We'll be talking hair, and we'll take these rollers down and see what we got. All right. See you then. Bye.